Welcome to Sports Ramble, podcast where these three dumb dipshits ramble about sports. My name is Joe Silek. I'm joined tonight by the one and only Big D Dennis Pond and our beloved host, the MVP of our hearts, Corbin Rush. What the fuck are we talking about tonight, boys?
I'll tell you what we're talking about. We're talking about the Heisman race right now, starting it off because
Talking about Heisman.
no, we're talking about the snubs.
We
All right,
also talked
So
about
who?
Heisman.
we can talk about Heisman Max, but listen, because I'm hot right now. All right.
Hot
Here's
and
the
bothered.
thing. All right, so we got C.J. Stroud, we got Max Duggan, we got Caleb Williams, and then we got somebody who's 26 years old, older
He's
than Lamar
25.
Jackson, 25 years old, same age as Lamar Jackson.
There you go.
So it's
Don't
Hendon
forget
Hooker, but
unimpressed that line.
20 touchdowns. Stetson Bennett. And not Stequavius Bennett. This is regular old Stetson Bennett. Let me tell y'all something.
This is your Thursday night Stetson. This isn't your Sunday night Wavy.
Stetson's not even going to be playing on Sunday nights. Hold on. You are going to put – all right, I don't even know where to start because I'm so upset about this right now. But let me tell y'all something. You take the second best player, maybe the third best player in the Big Ten, and you put him over the first best player in the Big Ten in Blake Corum. I don't care if he was injured the last two games. You can't withhold the Heisman.
May I?
I was getting hot, Dennis.
Don't say the first best player in the Big Ten. He may be the best player in the country, period.
Dude, but I'm
and
saying
that's not crazy to say.
That's not crazy to say, but I'm saying
No.
he got it. C.J. Stroud got in after a loss to Michigan and unimpressive in big games. My hair is – listen, Blake Corum is the best player in the Big Ten, and C.J. Stroud, I arguably would say the third best player, as Marvin Harrison, I think, is the second best player in the Big Ten. And sorry, I'm not meaning to I hope I'm not blowing y'all's ears out. But
No, you're good.
I'm just like Blake Corum, I know he was injured. He still had over 1,400 yards in the season. And he's behind C.J. Stroud. One, that makes no sense. And then, okay, let me get – because I'm a Tennessee fan. So I'm a little biased here. But we take a guy, Stetson Bennett, right? Not a guy. And he has the most talented roster, the most overpowered roster in college football. And he puts up 20 touchdowns in a season. Hendon Hooker has been injured for the last two games. Well, last game and a quarter. And he had 27 touchdowns. What honors did Stetson Bennett receive from the SEC? He was not even – I think he was second-team quarterback. Hendon Hooker, the conference offensive player of the year in the SEC. First team all conference. You're going to tell me that you're not going to take the best offensive player in the best conference in the country for college football and not include him in the Heisman race over Stetson Bennett?
It's not even just that. It's not even just that because Stetson Bennett, you could put literally anybody on that Georgia team commanding that Georgia offense.
Not just that. You could put anyone in that scheme.
Okay, whatever you want to call it. You could put literally anyone there.
You could put Nathaniel in that scheme, and he's throwing 20 tutties.
Exactly.
I'm just I don't understand. He's a good football player. I'm not saying Stetson Bennett's a bad football player. You still have to be good to go play at Georgia and beat Alabama and beat Tennessee, beat these good teams. But over Hendon Hooker, who had 7 more passing touchdowns with maybe a better receiving core overall, but are you kidding me? The conference offensive player of the year, and you're going to take Stetson Bennett over that guy?
It's kind of hard to do the pose when you have a torn ACL, though.
But you shouldn't count what he did, injuries. He got injured.
No, you do count what he did.
No, I'm saying you don't count what the injury. What he did before the injury because the injury was the last 2 games of the season.
Crazy.
No,
take out those 2 games of the season, and his stats are still better.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't affect his There is no world
none of us are
where Stetson Bennett should be in the Heisman race over Hendon Hooker.
That's not ridiculous.
And there is no world where C.J. Stroud should be in the Heisman race over Blake Corum. And
But
I
he was there
stand
with-
by
okay.
that.
I agree.
Also, shout out to Jalen Hyatt, Blitnikoff winner for Tennessee, first Tennessee player to ever win the Blitnikoff. And in my opinion, the best wide receiver in college football. I mean, arguably Marvin Harrison Jr. should have won that, but you know. But I'm just saying. All right, that's all. I'm done with my. I hope Max Duggan should win it.
Heisman
Max
The Bill
Duggan
O'Brien.
he did win the O'Brien, and that's the best quarterback in the country. So,
And wait, so he won the best quarterback in the country. And correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't all the Heisman finalists quarterbacks?
Yep.
no, you're correct.
Could be wrong. Could be wrong. I don't
There should be a running back, but
Yeah.
Should be a.
But what are you gonna do?
all right. Well, anyways, okay, I'm done. Anybody else got to talk about the Heisman thing? Because I kind of said my piece.
My piece about my boy Heisman Max doing his thing.
Heisman Max.
Heisman Max.
We
We're all on.
We love Heisman Max here.
We're all on board with the Max Duggan train. I don't think anybody would disagree. I mean, obviously it's up to the. Caleb Williams has been the best player in college football, but after the conference championship,
He has, but like, there's just something about Max that just it gets me fired up.
Yeah.
he brings more to the table than Caleb Williams does.
Y'all see him at that Mavs
leadership-wise.
game?
Yeah,
Y'all see him
that's
at
my
He had the Coors, and he's like,
Listen, Max Duggan is my MVP, my Heisman, right here.
He's my Heisman.
All right, Joe. I know you had a couple topics you wanted to get to tonight, so
I mean,
Sorry.
you kind of just took it away with that. I'm having breaking news right now. Baker Mayfield might be a guy in LA. They just won against the Raiders on
Okay,
Thursday Night Football.
Like literally, what, 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, exactly. On a game-winning drive, a beautiful touchdown throw by Baker Mayfield. Put him up by tie the game, extra point, good, win the game. Insane. Everyone thought the Raiders were going to blow the Rams out tonight with Baker Mayfield at the helm, who's been in LA for like 2 minutes.
they didn't even have
Literally.
practice on Wednesday.
Exactly. He hasn't
But-
even thrown a football to these guys, and
But
here he is. I mean, he sucks. He looked awful most of
there
the
we
game.
go.
He was horrible. Absolutely
He had-
awful. I didn't even watch
He had
the game.
47 minutes
every time,
practice, guys.
every time I looked up at the TV, very infrequently, he was either getting sacked, looked confused, bad throw. I don't know. He looked horrible. The last drive, I just literally turned it on for the last play, and that's all I saw. I was like, maybe he's a guy. I don't know.
I'm not a Baker Mayfield fan, and I'll lead you off with this. Baker
I don't think
Mayfield
any
has
of us
been
are.
been disappointing
I
since he
just
got.
talked to on the phone about this, Joseph. About how I'm a huge Baker Mayfield fan. I know
All
he
right,
sucks, but I'm still
didn't
a Baker Mayfield fan.
Dennis's opinion is irrelevant at this point in time because if you stand with Baker Mayfield, I do not stand with you. Listen, I want
stand
Baker.
with Mayfield because of who he is, not because
He
of
was
his
also-
talent.
I don't like
He's
who
not
he
very
is.
talented. I'll admit that he's not very talented.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like who he is. I think he has too big of an
I
ego,
love
and
it.
he
I
likes.
love the ego.
He
I love
he's-
the.
He can't back
he's
it
got an
up.
edge for what?
I love. The
He had an
cross-
edge at a high school. He had an edge out of high school. He had an edge at Texas Tech. He had an edge at Oklahoma when he first got there because he had to walk on. And then he became the starter at Oklahoma. You know what he went on and did? He won the Heisman. Okay, like still the chip there, right? He still had to walk on 2 schools. He's like, I showed y'all I won the Heisman. Okay, gets drafted first overall. Okay, a little less of an edge there because now you've just been declared the best quarterback, the best player in your draft class by the Cleveland Browns. Where's
Hold
the
on.
edge?
Hold on.
Here we go.
The Cleveland Browns. What more is there to say? They suck. They've always sucked. They're always going to suck. All right? I don't care who you put on that team. They're not going to win a Super Bowl. They're
Cleveland
not
will
going to
not
go
be
long in
that.
the playoffs. It's Cleveland. Cleveland's cursed no matter what happens. All right?
And then we're victims of the moment with Cleveland because he goes on, he wins what? Say, I mean, after they go 32, 0-16 or something like
1 in 31.
1 in 31, and they go. Then he gets drafted by the Cleveland Browns, and it's like, okay, I mean, you're the first overall draft pick. Maybe you got a little bit of a chip left on your shoulder, being like, I got to prove these haters that I can turn around a franchise, right?
And then they stacked their offense because they had a
They
cheap quarterback.
stack the offense.
You
They stack it.
With a
You-
cheap quarterback.
you cannot claim that you are the savior of a franchise when you have arguably two of the top 5 running backs in the NFL and the number 1 offensive line in the NFL. And you're getting 200
and you're
rushing yards a game.
You're forgetting about Dominic Peoples-Jones, right?
Yeah.
Who's a good receiver?
Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham.
Jarvis Landry, Odell.
And what did he do with them?
Jaden
Nothing.
Njoku. Austin Hooper was on that team for a while.
Arguably, he did better when he had horrible receivers.
I agree because it was scripted. They told him, hey, throw it here, hand it to Nick Chubb, and then throw it here. And that's all he could do.
Nick Chubb frees up the whole. I mean, having that weapon
and
in
Kareem
the backfield frees up everything.
No, you know what freed up everything? Shout out to the big dogs, that offensive line.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not taking away from him. He won 7 games in the NFL. He's more games than I'll ever win in the NFL. I'll never play in the NFL. None of us will. The guy is an absolute stud football player compared to the average college guy. I'll give him that. Compared to the average college quarterback, he's a stud.
Hey,
but
yeah.
Don't count me out. I still got years left.
Dennis, not with those.
eligibility left.
Not with those. Not with those knees, buddy.
I'm good to go.
But no, I'm just saying. There's Baker Mayfield. I mean, I want everybody to be. I know I got to stutter right now because I'm heated, man. I'm hot. But like Baker Mayfield, I want everybody to be successful. I want everybody to be successful. But Baker Mayfield is not a guy, and I'm tired of people acting like he's a guy. He's not a guy.
I'm a Baker fan, but he's not good. I want to see him succeed because I like him. He's not good at football.
His off-field problems, like he's a meme. Let's be honest. He's headbutting. He's headbutting
women
players with helmets on when he doesn't have a helmet on.
He's not.
He's kind of an idiot.
In an elevator, like.
No, he's not doing anything crazy like that.
Dennis is going off the walls over here. I'm saying, like, Dennis is just spewing things. Keep it PG-13, man.
But if he can focus, be the teammate he needs to be, and focus, he could have somewhat of a career in LA. And I don't think that's ridiculous to say.
No,
I think he could.
That's what I'm hoping for, right? I'm hoping he can turn it around. Because right now, if he doesn't do well in LA, he's done. Like, he's a bench quarterback. Like, okay, yeah, he's a good second stringer. One of the better second stringers. He's not going to be a starter if he doesn't perform these last
I don't know how often if he's going to be unless he can figure it out with McVay. I don't see him becoming like a starter again in the NFL. Like,
what's going to happen with Stafford over in LA? I mean,
Stafford might retire.
Yeah, I think
that's
really,
on the table.
Really
I don't know if that's
good.
Me and Joe were talking about this.
Yeah,
Stafford might retire.
He might retire.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be a poor decision. He was a number 1 pick number 1 recruit out of high school, number 1 pick in the draft.
I mean,
he
I'd
helped
be
the Lions
if he didn't do the 1-day contract with the Lions and retire a line.
It's not realistic. Tom Brady's not gonna do that with New England. I mean,
yeah, but Stafford owes it's not.
I don't know.
Lions that, but like
Tom Brady might do that with New England.
Yeah,
Tom Brady might go play another year in New England.
He might play in LA.
Wasn't I just telling you yesterday Tom Brady's going to go play another year in New England?
Who?
Joe. My computer? Hello?
Joe, we can see you.
What the heck?
Joe, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just keep talking. You're still here.
I just can't see you.
Joe?
Who
turned the lights off?
He grabbed the bucket.
Oh, there you are.
There he is. Okay. But no, yeah, Tom Brady might go to the Patriots. I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about. Big time. Maybe was it because
We're going to talk about the PGA a little bit. I mean,
I know. Well, no, Aaron Rodgers. That's what I wanted.
Oh God.
Does Aaron Rodgers retire? I know we just kind of jumped all over the place there for 2 seconds.
That's like Tom. I like it. I'm here for it.
Okay.
It's the ramble. It's
the sports ramble. It is what it is. I said again, man. I gotta stop saying that. Aaron Rodgers. I don't think retire. This is my grand scheme. If I had my hand in the NFL and I was a GM, right? I own a company or own a franchise. I'm doing my best. Let Aaron Rodgers finish this year out in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Would this be crazy to say? Hackett stays in Denver.
Stop. I don't.
No. Listen. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Nix it.
No.
Hackett needs to go. Hackett is the problem in Denver.
Hackett was Aaron Rodgers' offensive coordinator in Green Bay.
I'm gonna do the camera thing again. Look at me, bro. Hackett's got to go. He's got to go.
I think you're ridiculous. Oh, what? And here's why. I think Hackett
Clock management, and that comes down to the coach.
You can hire a guy to work your clock management. You can hire a guy to fix your clock management. Aaron Rodgers knows Nathaniel Hackett's system. The receivers in Denver. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
But do you really think that Aaron Rodgers would leave Green Bay?
I think he should. I think he should.
Why would he?
But yes, he won't, and it shouldn't happen.
Denver has a generational defense right now, like an unbelievable defense, and they're putting up 7, 8, 9 points a game at max with old Russ. He still has more toilets in his house than he does touchdown passes.
But he is the problem, though. Not even just on the field, off the field. Russell Wilson, he looks confused.
He's a goober. He looks
lost.
I'm a Seattle fan, right? You guys can both attest to that. We haven't really talked about it much.
How about
Seattle's
Geno Smith, dude?
Geno's my boy.
Guy.
We ride with
What
Geno.
a guy.
You know we ride.
But
they wrote him off, but he didn't write back.
He didn't write back. And
dude,
he won't
one of the toughest lines.
He won't write back.
He won't write back. He's going to ride his way into the Super Bowl. But, Dennis, go. Not this year. Not this year.
Russell Wilson loved him for what? 10 years, basically? 9 years?
Yeah.
Like a brother to me. Russell Wilson was like a brother to me.
I don't know about all that.
He's going out. He's, doing his thing in Denver. A little stressed week 1. Okay, he choked a little bit, whatever. Seattle got the win. Of course, I was hyped. My boy Geno didn't write back, and we saw that firsthand.
Yeah.
You start looking at Russ, you're like, he's not really doing well. You hear people in the Seattle offense start talking well, these coaches, they knew how to get the best out of Russ. Everyone was saying Pete Carroll's system is antiquated. It's old school. It's just run the football, do what you can when you're not running the football. Play good defense. Pete Carroll knew how to get the most out of Russell Wilson. Nathaniel Hackett cannot do that. Russell Wilson is still that franchise guy. But listen to me. He's barely 30 years old. He's what, 32, 33?
I don't know. He just had a birthday where
Russell
half the
Wilson
team showed up.
Is a fraud. And No. He looks lost on the football field. He just looks
the
lost.
Worst part about that
he can't get it done anymore.
On the field, he looks like the weirdest dude I've ever seen off the field.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
What was the flight? 10 hours?
This was not the Russ we had in Seattle.
Listen, put Aaron Rodgers in that system with those receivers, that generational defense. I think Denver is a competitive team. I think Aaron Rodgers goes to Denver. Russell Wilson, he's either traded away, cut, maybe. When you have more bathrooms in your house than you have touchdown passes.
Oh, you've seen that TikTok too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone has.
There is
series where it's following along.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson for 1 touchdown.
He was
Unfortunately, the bathrooms still win 12-7. It's week 12, dude.
I'm just saying Russell Wilson is a fraud away from Pete Carroll. It's the same issue we're seeing on a much smaller scale. The same issue we're seeing with Josh Allen away from Brian Dable. He is not the same quarterback without Brian Dable.
I don't think
Russell Wilson is not the same quarterback without Pete Carroll.
I don't think it's a smaller scale. You look at Josh Allen, right? Year 1, he's making some rookie mistakes, whatever. Comes out sophomore season.
No, don't say Josh Allen was pathetic his first year.
Stop.
He was bad his first year.
I'm talking here. Comes out his sophomore year. All of a sudden, this dude could be the best quarterback in the NFL. You're starting to hear ramblings of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's different? He goes out, wins a playoff game. Okay, impressive. Next year comes out. Amazing. Showstopper.
Yeah.
Wait, what's different these last few years? Oh, it's Brian Dable.
Last year. Brian Dable was there last year. No, Brian Dable was there last year. He got the New York Giants head coaching job this offseason.
No,
is he really still not him, though?
Before he got the New York job.
You're confusing me, Dennis.
All right. Anywho.
Wait, Joe,
it doesn't matter. Josh Allen is still...
Corbin's not interrupting me. You're not interrupting. Brian Dable goes to New York, and for 6 weeks...
I'm talking to Skip Bayless. My time! This is my time!
And for 6 weeks, I'm not gonna lie. Like Danny Dimes looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's saying something. Danny Dimes is not an athlete.
No, he's an athlete. Danny Dimes is an athlete.
Well, he is pretty
You guys
quick
can't see it, but my hand is over Corbin's screen right now to counteract anything he's saying.
What did Saquon Barkley call Danny Dimes? Vanilla Vic, baby.
Vanilla Vic.
You can't say Danny Dimes is an athlete.
He's an athlete. He's not a good quarterback.
He's
I know you're a
Great
big
tight
Peyton Manning
end.
guy. Peyton Manning's high on Danny Dimes. You're going to take Danny Dimes' side. I get it. Corbin's huge Tennessee guy. He's going to do his thing. Corbin's going to Corbin. It's just what it is.
That's why I'm so hot, buddy. My sports takes are hot.
But Dable, listen, Dable's going to be that guy. If he gets out of New York and can find a better head coaching job, with the actual roster, that's not just Saquon Barkley and like a handful of like tier 3 guys.
Yeah,
he's Super Bowl first year as a head coach. I'm telling you,
Dable's an elite head coach. But I want to get back to this.
Dable is like one of the best like football minds that we've seen in a while.
Yeah,
right?
And you act like the Giants are having a really great season after what they had last year.
They are, and that's what I'm saying. Like you see the regression from Josh Allen after that. Like Dable leaves. Josh Allen looks a little bit like freshman year Josh Allen.
Not
quite I disagree though, because he's hurt. He's not 100% healthy.
This is before he got hurt.
I want Joe to speak. Let Joe speak. Let Joe speak.
It's the decision making.
Let Joe speak. I want to hear.
Still, okay, going in early in the season, they were still probably one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl, right? Definitely the top in the AFC. Okay, the Titans. All right, well, we're not going to have to talk about the Titans. The Chiefs, they just lost to the Bengals. The Bengals, there are guys. There's some guys.
Bengals going to bungle, baby.
But the Bills have always been at the top of the conversation. I don't know, are they still number 1 in the AFC right now?
No. Yeah, they are right now. They had a 2-game skid. They went to.
Yeah.
I thought it was KC.
For 2 games when he was
5-3 or 6-3, and it was like, oh shit! Like Josh Allen has thrown 4 interceptions in the red zone over the last 2 seasons with Brian Dable, and in the last 2 games he's throwing 4 red zone interceptions. This is not good.
Throwing arm elbow is hurt.
That is true. He does have like a UCL injury. He does have a UCL injury.
Potentially career ending for anyone.
It was potentially career ending. If it tears, Josh Allen will never be the same player again. And I'm praying that does not happen. And the fact that he's fighting through that injury, extremely impressive. Like I can't believe it. But Joe, continue what you're saying.
No, that's pretty much all I said. He was injured. They were top. He gets injured. They kind of have their skid a little bit. They come out, and here they are. What are they going to do now? Their defense is hurting now. Their offense is slowing down. It's getting into that final stretch of the season. We don't know what's going to happen. I still think Josh Allen is the guy. I don't know if he's
I agree.
I wouldn't call him the best quarterback in the NFL, but he's definitely up there in the conversation, even without Dable.
Top 3 quarterbacks right now: Patrick Mahomes,
let's say this.
Joe Burrow, Josh Allen.
Just said he's like
in that order.
I've said before. Me and Corbin, how many hours we spent talking about Josh Allen?
2
we
minutes.
both have kind of like crushes on him. It's not a big deal.
He's a guy.
It's a lot of time. We spend a lot of time talking about Josh Allen.
6'6", 240, runs a 4.140. I'm pretty sure he jumps like 8 feet in the
he
vertical.
He injures linebackers and safety
for his
on
job.
A casual QB power. He'll just put him out of the game for and maybe take him out for a week or 2.
Took 2 guys out of the game in the playoff game last year. Took 2 KC players out of the game.
In back-to-back runs.
He's what Andrew Luck should have been.
I don't want to talk about Andrew Luck. Hurts my heart, man.
Andrew Luck is an Aaron Rodgers type of guy. Josh Allen is a Josh Allen type of guy.
All right.
We can hold on a whole. That was a wild.
Write that down. Write
that down.
Oh God.
Well, no. Okay, I want to go back to Aaron Rodgers just for a second, because I want to hear everybody's opinion on this, because I think it's going to be a really hot topic coming in the offseason. I want to see Aaron Rodgers go to, regardless of what you think I am, I want to see Aaron Rodgers go to Denver with Nathaniel Hackett one more time, see what he can do with those receivers and that defense. I think it'd be a match made in heaven. You can hire a guy to fix and manage your clock for you. You can't hire an offensive coordinator that's going to be able to work with Aaron Rodgers. He knows the system. I think it would work out well. I'd love to see it happen, or Aaron Rodgers retire. One of those 2 things.
Denver doesn't have the money to pay Aaron Rodgers.
Real quick.
That is true. That's the only problem. That's why I said in a magic world, in a world where everything works out the way I want it to work out, I want to see Aaron Rodgers go to Denver. Or
unless Russell Wilson just decides to completely just tear up his contract and not take any money, They have no money to sign anybody.
That's true. Russell Wilson fraud.
It doesn't matter. They owe Russell Wilson like $1 million every second for the next like 97 years.
Yeah.
Like, regardless if you cut him, trade him, it doesn't matter. Like, that's dead cap.
Yeah.
They're stuck with Russell Wilson until what is it, like 2029?
Something
crazy. And they guaranteed all this before even watching him throw a football.
How about yeah. So, but that's my take on Aaron Rodgers.
How much time we got? I got an Aaron Rodgers story. How much time we got?
Oh God.
Just go. Make it quick.
All right. So like, it's probably about a year ago. I see. I follow a bunch of sports pages on Instagram. Just talking about my Aaron Rodgers hate here. They posted a 10 greatest quarterbacks of all time. You got these great guys up the top. You got Tom Brady. You got Peyton. You got your boys like Joe Montana.
Elway.
And then like at number 4, you got Aaron Rodgers. And I'm like, greatest of all time. So I commented politely, mind you, in the comments section.
Of course.
Was not polite.
Commented, can someone please? And I said, please. I was polite.
And I
can
said,
someone please tell me what Aaron Rodgers has done to put himself above Marino, Favre, Young, Elway, Staubach? Like, what has he done to make himself greater than these guys? That's all I said. Pretty respectful, right? Do you know how many death threats I got in my DMs from that comment?
Hey, those cheeseheads get wild about their football, man.
They really
Aaron
do.
Rodgers is trash, bro.
I would not say trash. Trash. Listen, okay, that's a different thing entirely. But Aaron Rodgers is not a trash. One of the greatest arm. The greatest.
Y'all check out my Twitter. See what I have to say about Aaron Rodgers. Scroll back in my Twitter. Drop your Twitter handle right now. Playoff time.
Yeah.
Drop your Twitter handle.
Drop your Twitter handle, Dennis.
I don't even know my Twitter handle.
All right.
Just Google on. It's in there.
It's in there.
There's one of us.
It's in there.
There's only one. The Pawn Star. It's the Pawn Star. All right.
Show.
Joe, hit us with
my Aaron Rodgers opinion.
Yeah, and then PGA.
He's washed. I think he's washed. I think Aaron Rodgers is washed. I think
he
has nowhere to go. He has to be staying in Green Bay. I think it's gonna be a very similar. It's gonna end up. It's Green Bay is a thing. Brett Favre passing the torch to Aaron Rodgers. I don't know who Aaron Rodgers passes the torch to, but it's gonna come soon. And I don't think Rodgers goes to the Jets or Minnesota, like Favre did, or anywhere.
Kirky 5 chains, 8 chains, whatever it's up to now.
I think Rodgers just disappears and we never hear from him again in a couple of years. I don't think he's retiring yet. I think he's gonna have another. He's probably gonna have one good season and then be like, that's good enough for me.
To be fair, Brett Favre did steal a whole bunch of money from like poverty kids.
Yeah,
so
yeah, the Mississippi. That's all.
Character opinion.
I'm just saying.
Write that
down. He said Brett Favre slowly disappeared. He said Brett Favre slowly disappeared, and I'm like, he's got to made a name for himself outside of football. But okay. PGA Tour.
PGA Tour. We have one of the biggest events in golf a year. What? Go ahead.
The GOAT is back.
The GOAT is back. I mean, he has plantar fasciitis or whatever that is for your foot, but
the GOAT is back.
He is back in the, I believe, 7th iteration of The Match, presented by Capital One. We got
not a sponsor.
Tiger Woods,
not a sponsor,
right? Eldrick Tiger Woods. Is that his name? That's not his name, is it? I don't remember.
I just
Tiger
know
Woods, the greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time.
Playing with Rory McIlroy. They're on the same team. Rory McIlroy, number 1 golfer in the world right now. Just coming off a hot win off the DP World Tour.
Rory's the number 1
season. Yeah, he's the number 1 ranking right now.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Coming off hot season in the PGA. Guys, insane. And then you got my boy Jordan Spieth on the other side.
You talking about
Spieth?
My boy Jordan Spieth, Texas boy.
We ride with Spieth.
Right? Longhorns, Masters champion. Could have gone back to back, didn't. That's a whole other thing. One of the best modern golfers. I wouldn't even call Tiger a modern golfer anymore, to be honest with you. He's so old.
He's just the GOAT.
Spieth. Yeah. So yeah, Tiger's the GOAT. Spieth, and then you got Justin Thomas. A little bit of a not everyone loves Justin Thomas. I love Justin Thomas. He said some things under his breath and maybe not quite under his breath while playing the wonderful game of golf. Some 4-letter words, some bigger than 4-letter words that you shouldn't say out loud. So he got some flack for that, but I think he's a great golfer. He's come back from it very well. And I think him and Spieth against Rory and an aging Tiger Woods, to be honest, it's going to be a great matchup. I think, let me see what time it is on Saturday this week. It's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll be able to watch it on TNT, TBS, True TV, or HLN.
Can I say something?
And it's now 1 second. It's going to be at the Pelican Golf Club in Bel Air, Florida.
It's going to be a good one. I would chop off my left foot and my right big toe just to have, not the swing, just the ball striking capability of Tiger. If I could just
Charlie Woods.
Dude, Charlie Woods is the future of golf.
He's the next Tiger.
We talked about this.
His swing is so pretty. I don't even know, it's the most pure, pretty.
Pure. Google pure. You're going to have a picture of fucking Charlie Woods yoking a 6-iron.
Well, Tiger even told.
Even his driver.
Tiger even told Charlie, don't look at me, look at Rory's swing. So Charlie's swing is almost a perfect matchup of Rory and Tiger's, and it's insanely balanced.
I was going to say, that quote was a little bit out of context.
The way we're talking about fucking 12-year-old's golf swing?
If it's the most pure golf swing, it's the prettiest golf swing in the world right now.
It's not crazy to say.
I'm just saying, the guy's unreal. The kid's unreal. He's not even a guy yet. I mean, he's a guy and he's only a kid. He's not even a dude. He's not even a dude yet.
Getting off talking about a kid's golf swing. This matchup's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be the best one yet. Anywho, this is the third time Tiger's been in it. I think it's gonna be great. But getting on to a little bit more golf talk, because we're coming in, the spring is coming. It's gonna be here before we know it, and we're gonna be talking about the Masters. We're gonna be talking about the LIV and PGA, button heads. We're gonna be talking about all this stuff.
I stand with DeChambeau.
Okay, anywho, we're not talking about that.
I love Bryson.
Greg Norman has had a rebuttal to what Tiger has said about him. The PGA and the LIV Tour have no chance of having relations as long as Greg Norman is their CEO, which the LIV has taken account. Greg Norman said, I don't care what Tiger says. I don't care what Roy McIlroy say. And to that, I say to Greg Norman, fuck you. And I'm done.
I stand with Liv.
Shut the fuck up, Corbin.
I stand with Liv. Bryson, Phil Mickelson.
From this moment on, we're not talking about LIV. It's not happening.
Why?
We got Phil Mickelson, Bryson DeChambeau. What's wrong with the LIV Tour? Is Brooks is on LIV, isn't he?
Is he? Honestly, I don't even know. I hate Brooks.
I love Brooks.
Dustin Johnson, though, that's the only one that's over there that I wish didn't go over there.
Dustin Johnson. Maybe I got Dustin Johnson and Brooks kept confused, but
I don't know. But that's, we don't need to start talking about golf too much yet. The match is just a big deal.
It'll be a great one to watch. Check it out for sure. It's gonna be not a Capital One, not a sponsor. If you want to, though, we will be here.
Hit us in the DM.
Hit me up with an email. Sports Ramble channel.
What else, boys? What else?
I am really here for breaking down not breaking down, but I just want to get what's our perspective on the NFC East right now? Because I think Philadelphia, we don't have a lot of time. I know. I'm just going to I'll go my quick thing and then you guys do your quick thing. I still think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC East. I think the Eagles are also the best team in the NFL right now. Jalen Hurts is emerging as a superstar. I don't care what you say. I think he's going to be being a superstar. The Eagles' offensive line is one of the best in the NFL. Their defensive line is one of the best in the NFL. Jordan Davis is going to be coming back, getting healthy, and that's the biggest dude I ever seen in my life. He's an absolute monster in the middle, and will help the Eagles with their run stop problem. I see the Philadelphia. Dallas Cowboys overrated again. All right, that's my 30 seconds. 30 seconds are done.
All right. Fire. So the Dallas Cowboys, I think, are the best team in the NFC East, and I hate the Cowboys. I'm a Washington fan. Cowboys, Micah Parsons, come on. That defense is insane. That offense, Dak, Zeke, Pollard, it's insane. They can steamroll some of the best teams in the NFL right now. Look at what they did to the Vikings. And the Vikings, not a bad team this year. The Eagles, I don't think they have enough power to keep it through going into the offseason. I think Dallas comes in, they clean them up, And I think Dallas actually goes on a tear this year. I know everyone says it. Every Cowboys fan says this is our year, but I think this is their year, sadly.
Joe, you sound so good.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
Dennis. 30 seconds.
Let's see. Eagles, best team in NFC East. Eagles, best team in NFC. Eagles, best team in the NFL. I'll say it now. That's it right there. It's done. Washington on an absolute tear right now. Hometown team, not my team, but the hometown team, right?
It's my team. I got stock in them.
That's Joe's team. Like, we're pretty high on the Commanders, right?
Taylor Heineke.
On a tear. We love Heine. We love
Zinnin and winning, baby.
Represent the brand.
All
Cowboys look elite, but they'll fumble the bag. They will. It's been proven. It's just going to happen. Giants started off great. Everyone loved them. Now you're not even talking about them because the other teams in that division are so good.
NFC East.
The Eagles are the guys.
Yeah.
Super Bowl Eagles this year. Write it down. That's it.
Right. NFC East, NFC least now to the NFC best conference in the NFC. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Check us out. This will be dropping. Our next video will be dropping Sunday evening. So check us out then. See ya.